Amnesty called for a United Nations human rights mission extension in South Sudan. According to this report, recently, the Global Human Rights Organization, Amnesty International, made an important request. They want the United Nations to extend the work of the United Nations Commission on Human Rights in South Sudan for another 2 years. The question was, why? Let's break it down. On Friday, the United Nations Human Rights Commission presented a new report to the United Nations Security Council. In that report, the report talks about serious human rights violations in different parts of South Sudan. These include Upper Nile, Jonglei, Central Equatoria, and Western Equatoria. According to the report, there were air attacks affecting civilians, bombing that did not clearly target military areas but targeting civilians, and young boys and men reportedly forced to join army forces. They were forced to join SSPDF. The report also suggests that some senior political and military leader may be connected to this violation. Now, these are very serious accusations. After the report was presented, Amnesty International responded strongly. The regional director for East and South Sudan Africa, Tigre Chaguta, said this is not the time for the world to look away. He stated that ending the United Nations investigation now would send the wrong message. Instead, he believes the Commission should continue its work for at least 2 more years in South Sudan. But why? Because according to Amnesty, the human rights situation is not improving. It may even be getting worse. So what is this commission? The United Nations Human Rights Council created this commission back in 2016. Its job is to collect evidence, protect proof of crime, identify who may be responsible, report finding to the international community. This work is important because without evidence, justice becomes difficult. So far, the government of South Sudan has not publicly responded to this latest report. That silence from the government has raised questions. Is the government reviewing the finding? What will it challenge? Or will it challenge the report? Or will it cooperate with investigation? These are questions many citizens are asking. Let's pause for a moment. If you are watching right now, ask yourself, should the United Nations continue monitoring human rights in South Sudan, or should the country handle these matters internally? Drop your thought in the comment section. At Changfied News, we believe your voice matters. Let's move on to our second top story. Arrest of former finance minister and other officials in Juba. Now we move to another major development. Several former senior government officials have been arrested. Among them is former finance minister Bak Barnabachol. According to government spokesperson Ateng Wekateng, a special investigation committee has been formed. The committee is investigating what they describe as financial irregularities in the country monetary system. In simple words, possible misuse or mishandling of money and financial policies. Dr. Bak was reportedly arrested near the Numili border while allegedly trying to leave the country. He was then brought back to Juba. But he is not the only one who was arrested. Reports say other officials detained include Marial Dongrin Ater, Moses Makurdeng, Manessa Macharbul, and Deng Lualwal. Some were reportedly arrested in Juba, others were detained in different states and transferred to Juba. Let's look at the government statement. Ateng say clearly this is not political. He said the arrests are about financial misconduct, not politics. He also said the special committee investigating the matter will release more information soon. But so far, the exact number of people arrested has not been confirmed officially. Now here is where things become sensitive. Whenever high-ranking officials are arrested, people start asking, is this anti-corruption reform or is it political rivalry? The government says it is not political. But when you look at it, in a situation like this, transparency becomes very important. Citizens want answered. What exactly happened? How much money is involved? Who else is connected? What law were broken? Without clear communication, rumors grow fast, especially on social media, and rumors can create instability. Let's move on to our third top story, and before we move on, please, I would like you to help the channel by subscribing and turn on the notification bell so that whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Civil society call for fair trial. Now, civil society group have stepped in Juba. One of the strongest voices come from Edmund Yakani. He is a well-known civil society leader. He said clearly, if these arrests are part of fighting corruption, that is welcome. But there must be due process. What does due process mean? It means proper investigation, fair trial, legal representation, no secret detention, no punishment without proof. Yakani warned that random or unfair arrests could damage national stability. He also urged the Minister of Justice and the Judiciary to ensure professional investigation. His message is simple. If they are guilty, let them face the law. If they are innocent, clear their names. Justice must be balanced. Why this matter? South Sudan is still working toward long-term peace and stability. Action like this can either strengthen institution, or it can create fear and mistrust. The difference depends on how transparent and lawful the process become. So today we have two major stories: international concern about human rights and domestic arrest over financial investigation. Both stories show one thing: South Sudan is at a critical moment. The world is watching, citizens are watching, history is watching. Our leader handle this situation will shape the country's future. This Changfied news, where we break down complex issue into simples, or in the way that you can understand. If you found this report helpful, like this video, comment with your thought, subscribe for more in-depth analysis. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.